basically, if you picks up from the last video, we have our application up and running on Minikube. We have that Ingress is there for us. What we're going to do though, let's get rid of this one. Let's take out that Ingress because that'll be one of our first things that we're going to need to do anyway. So let's go. So this will remove that, and then let's switch over. So we're going to close this. And we have there's going in the repo, there's going to be a new folder here called Istio. There's a README file in there. And we briefly go in, how to install, or basically make sure it's installed. There's not really how to, but for me, since I'm on Windows, there's really easy ways to install the Istio CLI on Linux or Mac. But with Windows, I just went and grabbed the release. It's a zip file. Within the zip file, it contains a bin. I put the bin in a folder that's already on my path, so it's instantly accessible. But then I also copy the samples directory inside that zip file that they give you into my Istio directory. I'm not going to commit those because they come from that Istio's releases. And we're going to deploy all these inside here. The Grafana, Jaeger, Kiali, Loki, and Prometheus. We'll take a look at Kiali, and probably that's it. We've kind of poked around some of the others in the other videos. The logging with Loki and the Jaeger tracing we might check out later. I'm concerned with demoing the Kiali traffic graph in this particular video. All right. Install Istio into the cluster. So we just ran that. We're going to use Istio CLI to install this. You could use Helm as well. Let's get this installed. It's actually fairly quick, and if we hit 0 for all and then /Istio to search for. K9 is a lot like Lens. If you use Lens is just a more GUI version of this. This is just what I had on hand. Okay, so we're up and running. We're running on all accounts. We can see in K9, so I'm not even going to run that. So now we're going to deploy the gateway, the virtual service, the sample add-ons, and then we'll just kind of step through these. So we have the gateway and then the virtual service, which is going to be the one that say, hey, use that gateway. And here's how to route my traffic. So anything to do goes to the API gateway, and then anything to the / goes to the front end, basically. All right, so let's close that. Let's get these deployed. Virtual service. And then I'm going to deploy the add-ons. Like I said, it's going to deploy quite a bit of stuff there. You're going to see quite a lot of stuff showing up. Jaeger, Kiali, Loki, Prometheus. So what you got? Your 3 cornerstones of observability right there. Blah 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 blah. And once those are up and running, especially that one, actually. Let's go ahead and let's open up a new terminal. We'll do a Minikube tunnel. So that's going to connect us to our Ingress gateway this time. We'll start the traffic process. Here, what we're going to do, we're running this one to inject the sidecars. The sidecars are not going to get injected yet because we need to do a restart. So we're going to do a rollout restart here. I'm going to put that right here because you need to do both of those. After that was done, you need to do this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of group all those up. That's why I got sidetracked there a second ago. And then I might as well go ahead and get this one in there as well. because we are going to do, actually, I think we'll do something like that. That way, we're saying, hey, if you look at that, it's kind of a simple file, but you're saying the type or the mode of the TLS is not, what is it? I forgot they're strict, and there's something like permissive where it can be either or none. I think that's how that works. Okay, so we just did that here. So we've labeled them. We're telling it, hey, auto inject on those. We're saying, hey, do strict mTLS, which is inside the cluster. The communication will be secure. But then let's go. We haven't done this yet. So what's fun about this one is you'll see here over here our restarts happening. API gateway, create service, and all that. And the nice part about this is when you have two services, you see as it waits for the other one to come up before it hits the rolls the other one. All right, so now we're coming up, and you'll see these now say like 2 of 2. So let's go to my API gateway. You'll see where we have the Istio proxy inside there, which is basically going to capture the traffic coming in and out of that pod, and that's how we're going to see it in Kiali dashboard here in a second. All right, so now that that's running, now we can go back and do what I was doing a minute ago and trying to simulate some traffic across the app. And we can do also. So let's do a delete on Kiali and then be like, oh, we need check out dashboard. Make it a little cleaner there, and then let's also let's add, to be done, and then let's go back here. What we can do, let's look at our next command. I'm not going to worry about Prometheus. I've looked at Prometheus on the other video, not with Istio itself, but Prometheus looks the same. So basically it's just doing the metrics. Anyway, so here we're opening up our Kiali dashboard. We're waiting. We're going to do a refresh. There you go. All right. So you can see here mTLS is enabled for the namespace in default. And we're going to click on traffic graph. And it doesn't show everything right away. It's typically lagging behind a little bit. Let's also increase the time span. So let's get 5 minutes on there. And then we'll do 15 seconds. I guess that part doesn't really matter. Every 10 seconds. So I'm going to go here. Do a refresh too, get some traffic showing up on the front end. We could just probably run siege against it or something and really make it pop up. But I'm going to delete this one. Let's create another one. It says run Minikube delete. So I usually do that when I'm done. Much late, and then let's do some edits. You should install Istio, and then rolling restarts are fun. All right, so we should have a little traffic across. Yeah. See, there it goes. It's not connecting these right now, but let's see here. So edit, run Minikube delete. Let's just edit that for fun, and then rolling restart. I'm just trying to get some traffic. Restarts at fun. There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's looking more like it. So once it gets enough data, then your graph starts looking a little better. But this basically brings me kind of to the end of the demo. I don't really have a lot more I want to show on this particular one. But as you can see, you're hitting, the front end. I'm also, we're hitting the API gateway, which is, directing traffic across each one of these. And you can see it all basically filters back to MariaDB. If you're just looking for a point of failure, be like that. This is just a quick demo of getting all this up and running. I think as I play around with this, if I continue this series, I think the next bit would be start separating the mono repo out here and implementing something like Flux to watch the repos and start, build the images and then roll them. So start really aiming for that end-to-end automation. And then if we have any volunteers, build me some tests for the Haskell and Erlang services. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to end on. Really kind of punch people with that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I think that's what it's for. Anyway, thanks.